Hi, my name is Melissa Smith. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I've lived here my entire life. My I have two grown daughters. My oldest daughter is 25. My youngest daughter is 21 and actually lives in Cincinnati. She goes to UC and is a senior this year. Um, she is studying to be a nurse and currently works at a hospital up there. She wants to be a pediatric nurse. And she just heard from the children's hospital up there about a job she applied for. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that she gets that position. Um, I have worked at a local recycling company here in Louisville for 18 years. Um, the I received my bachelor's degree in business management in 2014, back in March. It was actually during a very tough few years. Um, I was on the phone with a very close friend of mine, and she passed away. I didn't realize it at the time. I thought that we had lost connection. She was on her cell phone. I was on my work phone. And if it wasn't for the fact that I heard her dogs barking, I would I would have just thought that we lost connection. But when I heard her dogs barking, I knew something was wrong. So I left work and I went to her house and I found her on her kitchen floor. Called 911 and they came and they took her to the hospital, and she didn't make it. She had a massive heart attack and probably was gone before she ever hit the floor. So I was extremely depressed for a very long time, and it didn't matter what anybody told me. I blamed myself. It was my fault. I didn't do enough. If I had been trained in CPR, I could have saved her. It was very difficult. I had a very hard time dealing with it. I was also in a bad relationship with an alcoholic who was extremely abusive, mainly emotionally and mentally, although there was some physical abuse. And it was a very short relationship. I was able to get out fairly quickly, but it came during the depression. So he kind of snuck in when I least expected it, and he wasn't drinking when we first got together. And by the day that we married, he was already drinking. He had started drinking the day we married, and it was downhill from there. So it was a very short marriage, but it was very difficult. So by the time that ended, we I was finishing school up about that time, and needless to say, it made school very difficult. Those few years, dealing with the depression, dealing with the alcoholic, and everything else. So after the divorce, when I started going to therapy, about 6 months later, probably should have started earlier. I At first I didn't realize, that just by finishing school and finishing, with a 3.57 grade point average, during that time, with everything going on, that was a pretty amazing achievement. You couldn't have told me that, and I wouldn't have accepted it no matter what, because my self-esteem was so low, and I wasn't going to accept it, period. And but after going to therapy for a while, I'm actually still in therapy now. I finally have gotten self-esteem, and I've figured out that I'm a lot stronger than I've ever given myself credit for. And I've come to terms with the fact that I couldn't have done anything to save my friend. That, I'm always going to miss her, and she's always going to be with me, and she forgives me, and I couldn't save him either. The one thing that he did give me was a desire to help people, and I want to help people that want to help themselves. So I know that there are people out there with that disease. And then there are also people out there that are dealing with people with that disease, like me, that need somebody that can help them. And so that's what I want to do. And so that's why I switched my major up at the age of 45. And I'm really looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to learning about social policies and everything to do with everything that this whole master's program is going to teach me. And I'm looking forward to meeting everybody and working with everybody. So good luck, everybody. Can't wait to meet everybody. Thanks.